Alright, so now we're going to be looking for the Claw Viper Temple. I went ahead and pre-explored this area a little bit. So up here, you will note that we have this turn-off, right? So we instantly know that this is not going to be the exit, because we have this corner right here, and that right there tells me I don't even have to look over here. We know that that is not going to be it. Additionally, we have up here, you might say, oh, that's flat and flat. Yes, it is. However, it is going to be turning up right there. You're going to have a corner. I can tell you right now that that's going to be long, short, just like this is long, short. That's going to be cutting up. And the reason we know that is because this is shallower than this, right? This is the true depth of where the wall is going to be from this edge, right? So you have this long wall, and then you're going to have this long way right here. Whereas here, it's going to be a little shorter between this distance, so that generally tells you that it's not going to be that way. So now we're going to instead run to our final section over here. And once again, we have a good group, or good collection of things. So I'm going to go ahead and kill them when there's, 3, 4, 5 right there. And here we can see that because we have a fleshed out corner like this, we're good to go. And you might say, but Mr. Llama, I see an indent right there. Yes, but it's not taking away from this corner. The indent would have to be like that or like that. But if it's an indent right there and this is still a complete corner, then it's good to go. So now we'll head over to the Claw Viper Temple. Remember how I discussed the directions in the maggot lair of which way you need to go? Well, now our starting block is going to be this right here, and we're going to always want to run to the left. So I will give a general kind of look. Let's take a screenshot. Let's put it in paint. And let's not forget to turn paint off. Okay. So right here, we have our pencil. This is our starting block. This is thus deemed straight. That is deemed left. And that is deemed right. Okay, left, right, and straight. So, to the left is the way that you're always going to go in the Claw Viper Temple. It is always going to be facing to the left. Now, this does not mean that it cannot be down here. It very well could. I'm going to draw out the map, right? Let's say we have a room here, door down here to a room down there, and then a door over here to a room like this. That very well could be your exit. Level 2. But once again, that follows the rule that it's going to be to the left, right? It's not that you're always going to run to the left. It's that the exit is going to be to the left on that exit block. So I'll get a different color here. So this is now your block, and that's left. Once again, this is our straight direction going up that way. And that is our left direction. So it could be right there. It could be up here somewhere. We could have an exit like that. Or we could have an exit over here like this, right? Any of these are possible. Honestly, it could even be over here. If it continues off that way, goes up, and then cuts into it. As long as it follows the rule that you are entering from this way, that's going to be how it is. So, we're now going to start left because generally this is going to be the correct direction. It's going to force us up. Whenever you have this room, you are always going to be moving up. Like that room right there, there's no exit, any other exit doors except this one. And we're just looking for something that's going to keep us going left. And as you can see, we do have another left direction here, so we're going to go ahead and take that. And of course, we like to kill bosses, so we don't mind that. Now, instantly I know that this right here, I know I kind of looked at the exit, but I know as soon as I look at this room that this is not going to be it. And the reason is because it has this shelving, right? Any of the rooms that have this shelving like this, And not like, sometimes there's a little bit like on each side and it's a bigger room, those are fine. But any room that looks like this, so if I approach it and I see this shelving in this sort of style, whatnot, I know that that room is instantly a no-go. I'm now going to start running back. So I'm going to run this way because I want to kill more monsters on the way. There's, you know, they're worth decent experience down here. And once again, if you get a big enough group, of course, it's not bad to stop and kill. So now I'm going to start moving up and then to the left. And we'll see if this way takes us to it. And it looks like it will. And I can instantly tell you that that is the right direction just from where I am right here, because this sort of approach, I want to get into like a dark, this sort of approach, and it's going to then be long, and then it's going to have a block off that way, and it's going to be in this bottom left corner of it, right? That sort of approach right there tells us that that's where it is. So you can always know that. As soon as you kind of hit that sort of area, you know that you've found it. Right. So, yeah, in before plus sign. No, that will not be the plus sign. That is a guarantee. As soon as you see that kind of extended wall, you know that that is it. So, once again, we can kind of take a look at our path here. We'll print it. We'll put it into paint. And I know we have kind of beat it with a shovel, but I feel like it's worth mentioning one more time that, let's go with the red or green. Let's do that. This is our starting block. That is straight. That is left. I need to not die. Okay. And this is our exit block with the exit on this side, and we are entering it from the right going left. Thus, it is facing the left, and it follows the rules as necessary. Okay, so now we will go to level 2. And when I get to level 2, I like to set a TP because it is very dangerous down here. You don't have a lot of space, and especially as a light sorceress. It can be very tough. So, I just want to get over there, frost those guys. This is as a sorceress, right? And then just kind of sneak around and kill things and sneak my way up to get the amulet. So it's really just kind of, you play a little game and you kill everything that is not Fangskin as a light sorceress. So there we go. That is the Claw Viper Temple. At this point I can go identify with Cain, and then I'll instantly go up and talk to Drognin because I have to talk with him to you know, get the quest to go into the Arcane Sanctuary, go into the palace. However, there is one more detail to note. If I quit the game between getting the cube, oh, I have not gotten the cube yet. Actually, that might be a good idea. If I quit the game between not getting the cube, or between getting the cube and getting like other things, it will actually make you morph the staff and amulet before you can talk to him. So that is something to note, right? So I will go ahead and do the Halls of the Dead in this video as well, because I feel like it shares a similar style to the Claw Viper Temple. So I don't mind kind of combining those as opposed to like the Maggot Lair. So here it is once again, you're always going to be looking left. And you say, how do we know which way is left? Well, straight, these entrances to the Halls of the Dead are only going to have 3 exits. You're going to have straight is always going to be this middle exit, left is going to be that way, and right is going to be this way. So wherever your back is, right, wherever your back end is that doesn't have a door, that is going to be your backwards direction, and straight is going to be across from that. So we know we want to run left, so I'm going to run left. I'm going to start running this way. And that right there is level 2. That was very fast level 2. Sometimes it's a little harder than that. And once again, my back is to this wall, so straight is now this way, and left is going to be to the normal left that you might consider. One more thing that I like to do, I like to generally run along this bottom edge, because sometimes you can see if there is another room down here, and it can kind of give you a sense that, hey, maybe I need to run there to go get to the exit. So that's kind of something that you want to see. And then lastly, the last thing I want to note is I note that there is a down direction coming this way. So that makes me think there may be a down, a room, another down, and then a left over here. But I'm still, of course, going to check this left direction first, and then we'll kind of see how it goes. Once again, this room is always going to look as it looks. Okay, it's always going to be set that way, or it's always going to have just those two exits. So I'm going to start heading down, and then we will just continue to our left direction. I will grab an amulet. And we know, once again, we have found the way, because this is just how this pattern is going to look when it's coming down to the left often. So once again, there is level 3. And one more time, and this is what I'm talking about. Now I can see that there is a room below me, right? By running down low, I can see there is this area right here, and that's going to be very important. So I'm going to run to the left, and we'll see where the left takes us. But if this does not take us there, I'm going to instantly turn around. And by not take us there, I mean I'm going to follow through with this. Okay, it doesn't take us there. I'm going to actually just turn around and go that way, because that right there makes me believe there is a very good chance that it is going to be that direction. I might just set a safety TP as well. Why not? So I really feel like it's going to be down in that little cubby area, and that's kind of why I look in that area as well when I'm first starting out, because I want to see, are we going to have that direction? And it's very possible that this isn't the way. It is, because we've now seen the chest and whatnot, but it's possible that that wasn't actually the way. But because I didn't see it over here, right? This is all, I'm going to kill these guys. This is all kind of flat, and then this is going to kick me out back right. It could thus either be continuing up and over here, or it could be over this way, and I already know that there's a room over this way. So I'm going to then look in this room right here. And now we have found everything. We have already talked to Drognin, so we're fine. We can go and just morph our staff, and we have the quest where we can go and begin the Arcane Sanctuary.